Hey, can you see me? I'm here. I made a video on my Instagram story. I made a video on my Instagram story. Sorry. Making tuna. I love tuna so much. Like, I love seafood in general. But yeah, tuna's definitely it. I'm gonna place this right here. And I don't like using, I definitely have a can opener. So you know, I don't care to use them. I don't know, it's the way I grew up. My mom opens this stuff like this. Cans like this, so I do it too, you know. So anyway, I came on here just to talk about this post I made on my Instagram story. I talked about how God is the only reason why I'm living where I'm living, and I kind of wanted to go in depth with that because the way I said it, like, I feel like it was broad. I don't know if it came off that way, but to me it was, because I said that God is the only reason that I'm staying where I'm staying. And like, God is the only reason for anything, obviously, because he's the, like, with him, like, he's the only reason why anything exists, you know, because he created it all, essentially. But to me, in my situation, it's deeper than that, because it took a lot of prayer, a lot of crying, a lot of fasting, a lot of worship. And I have wanted to talk about this the whole semester and just give God his roses because he's done incredible things in my life, and I'm not a perfect person. I make a lot of mistakes, and sometimes I do things that I know I shouldn't be doing, and I pray to God that I get to a point where that's no longer an issue for me. You know, the stuff that I'm like going through now, the stuff that I'm fighting now. But I wanted to just, like, regardless of like who I am, like what I've done and everything, God has still been here, and God is still, he's still, you know, kept me and provided for me and protected me and like continued to speak to me. And I love him so much, and I just pray that I can make him proud. And so anyway, I am sharing my testimony, I guess. This entire year, beginning of the year, I knew I wasn't going to stay I wasn't going to reside in student housing. I just knew that was done for. Like, that's just not something that was going to happen. I knew that from the beginning of the year. And so I had been talking to God about it, and like, okay, so where am I going to stay? You know, how am I going to afford, you know, to stay wherever it is that you want me to stay? How am I going to, you know, get there? How am I going to get an apartment? Because the issue for me was a lack of credit, established credit. And I'm grateful to God for allowing me to begin to build it now. And another thing was, obviously, like, finances was a big issue for me, especially because of this freaking virus. And I was working in the summer, and then I got fired because they just couldn't afford to keep me because no one was coming in to get their haircuts anymore. So receptionist out. And I was kind of butthurt because she let me go over text message, and I felt like I got dumped. But you know, I watched this video, and this lady was talking about how, you know, some people got fired from their jobs, but you know, God's doing something in the midst, like you're getting prepared for better. God's gonna bring you better. I'm like, where is this better? Cause you know, where's the better job at, God? Cause you know, I went through the whole summer not working because I couldn't find a place that would hire me because of the virus, and businesses are shutting down, and it's crazy. And so I just prayed, and you know, God gives you everything you need in every moment. So the fact that I didn't have a job over the summer, and still was like, God still provided for me and my family, there's the proof, you know, that we do have everything we need, you know, regardless. And even now. But so got fired from the job. That was what I was going to use to, that's like the money that I made there, I was going to use it to pay for a place to stay, or try to, like, I don't know, pay someone to stay with them. I really didn't know what was going to happen. I was just praying to God. And as, you know, time progressed and we got closer to the semester starting, this was July, I started really freaking out. I was like, oh my gosh, how am I going to go back to school? Where am I going to stay? What am I going to do? Like, I have to come back to Greensboro. And I knew that, like, that's what was supposed to happen. I'm supposed to be in Greensboro right now. But how? Because I can't afford to be here, you know? And I was I'm also fairly new at, like, trying not to be lukewarm. So I had to learn a lot about, you know, what it means to truly trust God and to obey him, and, you know, fasting. And I started speaking in tongues over the summer. So, like, it was just like God was just doing marvelous things, you know, in my life. And no, I received the gift of tongues through my fast. That's what it was. Oh my goodness. So I fasted for 21 days from the end of July to whenever that 21 days was over in August, which was, I think it was August 16th was when it ended, because it was like 2 or 3 days after I had moved in here. So I continued the fast, even though, like, God had already provided for me what I was fasting for. And it took a lot of prayer, a lot of crying. I don't know if I said that already. I probably did, but I was ugly crying every single day, every single night about this. And I was tired too. Like, it took a lot out of me. This fast, it was the first time I've ever fasted for more than, like, I feel like I did do a couple 3-day fasts prior to, but I ain't never passed no 3 days of fasting. And the fact that I did, it was like, that's how hungry I was for God to make himself present, or like make himself, like, for God to move in my life, basically. That's how hungry I was for God to change things around for me, to, like, make something happen, make a way out of no way, you know. And like he does, he sends the right people in your life to, you know, help you get to where you need to be. And I'm just really grateful for my scholarship that I got, and for my mother's friend, who's now my spiritual mom. she was able to be my guarantor. And, you know, I was able to have the whole, you know, the whole year paid for up till now, or the whole like semester paid for up till December. And so God like went above and beyond, and I don't have to worry about anything. Like I don't have like stress, like I have peace about it, because, you know, I know that I'm covered by God. I know that God has provided for me. And it really, I think the weeks prior to me getting this apartment was a test of my faith, you know, to see if I really trust God, and how far I'm willing to, you know, how far I'm willing to, like, how far things are willing to go before I like give up or just continue to have that faith. And I feel like God has shown me for myself that I know that regardless of what I go through, God is the only one I can count on, because he's shown me that, and he continues to show me that. I've been through a lot this semester, mostly mentally, a little bit socially, but not like financially, definitely, and with my family. Like I've just been going through a lot, but in the midst of it all, God's working. I'll get to that another time, but God, I was able to see God as my provider. I'm able to see him as my protector and the one who gives me my identity, because I literally see God as my father now, and there's no way to reverse that, because he's done what he's done for me, and he continues to do what he's doing for me. Even though I don't understand a lot of the crap that's going on, I still know that, you know, God has a plan. God's making a way. God, like, I really trust God to make a way out of no way. And that's what I pray for in regards to, in concern with my life and with other people's lives. And so I just know that I know that, you know, there's power in prayer and power in fasting. And, you know, now I love fasting. Even though, you know, sometimes, you know, the spiritual warfare gets a little bit crazy. And I'm gonna talk about that in another video, maybe. But yeah, God is really good. And I wanted to say this because I recorded the video on my Instagram story, and I was basically just saying how I love to show off my room because it's beautiful, because I decorated it pretty freaking well. And I show it off, but I never really gave God his credit, because he's literally the only reason why I'm here. You know, I didn't do this on my own. This could not have happened if I did it on my own. And it's built my faith. And what also helps is me having my journal. I take this journal with me everywhere, even in the kitchen. And just like recording all the times that God has shown up when I didn't think it was possible. Because God really does the impossible. He's all powerful. He's the creator of the heavens and the earth, you know. So I just believe that if you trust in him, he's not gonna let you down. And I'm a firm believer in that, and that's what I live by now. And I say that all the time, and I don't know if I am annoying. I probably am because I continue to say that, but I can't not say that because I know how true it is. You know, I know how true and real God is, the true and living God from the Bible. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's what I wanted to say. Yeah, I'm supposed to be making my tuna, and y'all taking up my time. Thank you so much.